Welcome to week 13. Sorry I didn't have a video last week. I was at a retreat for work, so I didn't have a chance. One of the things that we've been running into lately is that we feel like we're sort of 85% done with a lot of things, but 100% done with nothing. And so Daniel and I have started meeting, and I'll show you actually the first thing I'll show you is Wonderlist. It's just a simple list tracking app. I say app because I found out about it from the iPhone. Very similar to Things, but it gives you the ability to share and assign tasks. Daniel and I had a meeting. We're going to meet on Thursdays after work. And one of the things that we're doing is we're talking through the very, very specific points that we need to accomplish with the game. And so what's been very helpful is that we've gone through the really high level kind of almost philosophy of decision making. You know, how do we approach multiplayer, or how does in-app purchase add to the fun of the game, or does it detract, or those kinds of questions. But now we're at the please design this square to be the right size phase. And so what was happening is, without a very clear 1.0 launch kind of nuts and bolts task list, we were sort of getting distracted and not really making much progress. And so we had a meeting, and man, it has absolutely transformed how productive I'm able to be. And so I wanted to show you a little bit of the fruit of that, and also just kind of encourage you, if you're working on a project like this, once you're done the big framework discussions, go through and be very, very specific in particular. In particular to the little tasks, every single thing. Having a list of all those things is extremely helpful. And so one of the big things that I finalized this week is the level selection logo screens. And so there's going to be both a multiplayer and a single player. Multiplayer will cost mints in order to kind of ante into the game. Now, don't hear that as in you have to pay money to play. You earn mints throughout the game in a lot of different ways. That is the in-app currency, and that is the way that we hope to be able to kind of financially sustain development of this game and other games. But we built the game with the understanding that we want people to be able to beat it if they're not willing to be patient, or I should say if they're willing to be patient, and then give them the in-app purchase opportunity if either they want to support the game. That's how I approached Clash of Clans. I enjoyed the game. I didn't need to spend the money on gems, but I did because I really enjoyed the game. And so on the single player, you'll notice down here there's these stars. What these will represent is a set of achievements that we've kind of listed out. These are things that ways that you sort of beat the level or beat this restaurant or the theme. And then each time you win a game, you'll get you'll get a mint in this case. And then so there's Taco Shop, and then American Diner, you'll get 2 mints, and the difficulty will be increased. That noise that you heard just a second ago was Daniel completing a list, or a list item. So it's clear that, hang on, maybe it was him adding a list item. So lots of things to take care of there. But that's actually kind of the cool feature of it, is I can get a kind of an insight into when he's working and when he's not. So back to the American Diner now. Each level has its own theme and its own vibe, and so I'll show you the final game boards as well, just so you can see what those end up looking like. And then the last portion here, the last one is the barbecue pit. So those are the 3 levels that we're going to have for launch. Back to these real quick. Once you complete a certain objective, you get a star, and you've sort of completed that. And once you complete all 6 of the objectives on the level, you're going to get a reward. We're debating whether or not it's a piece of gear that you wear, or like a decorative item, or if it's just a kind of a stockpile of mints. But either way, there's incentive to play. And then over to the game boards. This is the Taco Shop. The current layout of the user interface is tentative. And so these locations here, we're actually going to try to consolidate these to all be the same kind of way. So either all vertical or all horizontal. We're playing around with moving some of these up in these corners. So that part is still in flux, but you can get the general vibe and the color scheme. I think it's real fun. Feels kind of festive. Here is the American Diner. I don't know if you recall, for a few videos ago, we had a black and white checker pattern back here. And one of the things that's been really helpful about playing the game a lot is that you begin to uncover problems that you maybe didn't anticipate to be a problem. So I was talking to Evan, who is Red Evan 1 in this instance. He didn't play this level ever because the black and white checkers were too intense for him. And so that really answered the question for me. I didn't love it from a design perspective. I felt like it was a little too intense, especially to be staring at. And so he confirmed what I suspected just by not even playing it. And so we've kind of toned it down a little bit. And I like the color scheme here as well. We may push it to be a little bit more teal, but we'll see. And then the last one is the barbecue pit. I really like this one a lot. I like the kind of the rustic wood floors and the checker pattern. It just feels like a barbecue shop to me. So overall, the thing I'm most excited about is that we hit 100% completion on a lot of different things. The barbecue deck is done. The taco shop deck is done. The American diner deck is done. Game board's completely finished in terms of the overall design. The layout and the UI stuff we're still playing through. The level selectors, both for single play and multiplayer, they're done. And so there's a lot of things where we've hit some pretty significant milestones. Next up on my list for this week is going to be the character builder. We've been running into some issues. You may have caught a glimpse. No, thank you. You may have gotten a glimpse here. One of the issues we're running into is fixing the skin tones to be more accurate. And so what we're running into is as we're creating these random characters, we're not getting kind of the accuracy or the range of things that we're looking for. And so that's a big thing that I'm going to be working through, as well as a few user interface changes. But on the whole, we're really moving forward at a kind of a substantially increased rate, and so I'm really excited about that. So next week's update will be something. There will be things that we've accomplished because of these meetings. I don't want to say it's the first time I've ever felt like meetings have been helpful, but maybe it's close to that. But I think when you have a very clear objective for what you're trying to accomplish in the meeting, it makes it so much more helpful for Daniel and Evan and I to get on the same page. So I'm getting real excited because I feel like we're making great progress, and in our beta testing, it has been a lot of fun to play. So can't wait for this to launch and for you to be able to enjoy it. So talk to you next week.